What's up, people? PositivePaul here. Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. Quickly, I'm going to go through the issue of these hybrids, go through the issue of the snitch society, these Benedict Arnolds in the United States, the United Nazi States of once was America, and how this relates to me, Paul Wilson Lindner Jr., 55-year-old MK Ultra satanic ritual abuse survivor with these implants. And that's why these American Nazis have been following me around my whole life. I only picked up on it around, say, 10 years ago when they, it comes down to the end where they run out of tricks and they have to try to set you up. And so you're just constantly being surrounded by these phonies, these lazy lying lizards that pretend to be people that care, pretend to maybe be your friends. Now, as far as me being on social media complaining about my problems, I never dreamed about that. But I have been watching, and when it really, things really got bad, and I realized that, there is nobody I can turn to in the United States. The legal system's been taken over by hybrids, sellout humans. The medical system's been taken over by hybrids, sellout humans. The judicial system's been taken over by hybrids, sellout humans. And this has been going on all over the globe. Now, why is this? It's to deny the one reason that the Holy One of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who most think have been absent for quite some time, is going to once again visit the heathen and redeem his people. Now, the one misleading thing is who are his people? Well, I can tell you in 2022, most of his people know who they are, and the sad part is, and no one wants to believe this, that we've dwindled this down to 144,000 individuals that have an Abrahamic blood link, a connection to the Holy One of Israel, the ancient Israelites. And yes, folks, they've gone by many ways to describe them, Hebrews, and then finally Jews, which we know that term is a loaded term. Anybody knows that there is such a thing as a Jew that stems from the tribe of Judah. And they went into Babylonian captivity around, say, 606 BC with their brother tribes, Benjamin and some of Simeon. But we also know that after King Solomon, Israel itself split up into two kingdoms, the kingdom of Israel with the 10 tribes, which anybody now, it's so sad to see that these people, what they put up on social media, that there is no such thing as the lost 10 tribes of Israel. Well, again, we all want to, believe that our primrose path that we follow is the one that's true and will lead us to salvation. But unfortunately, I would beg to differ. Your odds are better in Vegas, people. So let's quickly go over this YouTube nonsense. Now, I've been on YouTube since the summer of 2016, and the so-called phony targeted individual community, this flash in the pan, these eggheads, these bought and paid informant, disinfo agent, these Hollywood hybrid hacks that pretended to be something they're not. There's still some hanger-ons, but it was one of the biggest shams, but they were successful over the course of at least the past 10 years of misleading, confusing individuals that are in need of help, specifically satanic ritual abuse survivors, possibly in my age group. And again, who are the targets? Well, satanic ritual abuse survivors at the top of the list in my age group, 50 and up, people that were about 10 years ahead of me in the original MK Ultra in the 50s, suffered horribly. There's probably very few left. There's a time-tested method to eliminate their victims, to make sure no one comes back and becomes a witness. How is this done? Well, these lazy lying lizards go around the world. For one, they've kept most of the people poor. The myth of the American dream, right, folks? Well, let me tell you something. The rest of the globe has been in tribulation for a long time. But unfortunately, they've been so beat down that they wouldn't know a lie if it bit them in their face. And when you throw a little bit of money at them and tell them, don't worry, we're gonna make things right. All you have to do is follow us. And then when we call, just make sure you answer. So how this works is these frauds that none of them on YouTube, which now is worthless. Remember, they outlived the usefulness for the truth. And what happened? First, it's the COPA laws. Then they got everybody running different directions. BitChute, Rumble, TikTok, all this garbage. It's a social media fairy tale land. So these egghead TIs that none of them would ever even dare make a comment on my channel or support me, they're all gone. This egghead, Heavy T, this is how this works. They're so desperate. Now it's 3 years later, he hearts a 3-year-old comment. And this is all designed to just aggravate me, people. Because why? I called him out years ago. This Hollywood hybrid hack. All right there, Cody. Yeah, thanks for hearting my comment there. 3-year-old comment. So let's continue. And we're going to get into all these assholes, all right? None of you people understand the depth of the depravity of these lazy lying lizards. Now, here's what they've been doing on YouTube. They understand that it's so sad that I'm one of the few that can get online in my pitiful state with this beat up iPad and a simple iPhone, and still I'm a threat. But what they do is they flood my home thing in my feed with all this nonsense now about satanic ritual abuse. And they're all females. And God bless females that suffered monarch programming, anything else that they were put through. But again, where are all the males? So this garbage floods in. And now the iPad, because they came at it again, is not working. Again, a 3-year-old video from this egghead Barden, this phony TI. Look, documented gang stalking tactics. 92,000 views. Almost 2,000 comments. I can barely get one comment. Do you realize why would this stuff be showing up in my feed just to aggravate me, folks? It's 2022. I called all these people out. Go look at my videos. Some of them are removed, and these assholes have been setting my videos to private. But again, this nonsense of flooding this garbage on my feed. And I can tell you what, it's so sad that these Hollywood hybrid hacks have duped all of us. And I'm sorry I woke up late, but here's the end result. Can any of these frauds show you a picture? Anything? All right? Give you an example? Well, no, they don't. So what they do is they use these goofball hybrids. See, this isn't working, but we're going to continue. Talking out of the side of their mouth. And here, let's do this because, again, I was up in San Diego for my son's birthday to try to help him out. And it is stalker central up there. It's a snitch society. These Benedict Arnolds, but they have hybrids. This is me crossing the Mexican border. And who is above me? The chopper blasting off EMPs. And then what's below that? If you examine the video properly, well, a UFO, possibly. Or maybe it was just a drone, who knows? But these assholes, and this numbskull in particular, all right, trying to cover his face there, but that wasn't even half of it. This is a flaming hybrid agent. These CIA, FBI hacks that stem from the ghost of Uncle Carl and George Bush. These assholes think that because they somehow are going to shut me up down here in Mexico by buying all the good people off, the good God-fearing Mexicans who don't know better. They just are tired of being poor, tired of being hungry, tired of being left behind. And you know what? I don't blame them. But the one thing they can't censor me is prevent me from walking around town. And that's right, I am the crazy white guy now, talking about the end of the world, talking about Jesus, talking about these Camaro Clown Club stalkers that are making tens of thousands of dollars off me monthly. They're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a perp army down here in Rosarito Beach, Mexico, buying off whoever, corrupt investigators, corrupt police. We know about that. But do you blame these people? No, there is no American dream. And yes, while they try to go there and they just want to live their lives, they want to not wake up hungry, looking at their children, begging for food. But yet they got no clue that this situation is so serious. And with these hybrids, they don't know nothing about. I try to tell them, they laugh at me. They think it's a joke. But we know with these asshole hybrids, what's the one thing? All right? The fallen DNA. Now, this guy right here, you see around his mouth how it's all messed up and the eyeball getting all demonic, all right? Because while that helicopter was above me, I could film a mile away. And I turned around and put the camera on him. And like the scared little bitch-ass stalker hybrid freak he started shape-shifting, folks, all right? And then what happens? What do they all do? They got to touch their self and reset whatever it is. So these little bitches, all right, they are infested all over America. And the only people that will be able to tell who they are, where they are these 144,000. Because I can tell you right now, you people in America, you got no clue. We know the church age is over. We know if you've been sitting in a church, specifically a Catholic church, a Jehovah church, that their doctrine is this is an ongoing situation and it's never ending. That some asshole in some government's working on fixing all the problems in the world. But really what they did, it's one problem they use against all of us, and it's called race. Don't you get that? But you either are a human, the human race, or these hybrid, satanic, demonic freaks in nature that come out of a laboratory, all right? Now, you get this through your thick heads. When you see these freaks touching themselves, you know one thing. You know who's behind that, all right? Now, you get this through your thick heads, people. You take a good look, because you know what? I will die for the Holy One of Israel. I will go to my Heavenly Father knowing that I stuck up for him. I put up the fight to expose these monsters, these butt-fucking, baby-raping, blood-sucking, Hollywood hybrid hack reptoids that pretend to be humans because they never were able to be human. You get this? This has been going on for a long, long time, people. Now, again, the flesh spotted by the garment. You know, who has a clue? Who knows what I'm talking about at this point? Should I leave the comment section open to see if someone has an intelligent comment to leave and say, Paul, look, we're sorry what you're going through. Don't worry. America's not dead. There's some of us, but we're just afraid. If we speak up, we'll end up like you and almost be homeless with no money and having to put up with these hybrid freaks. Get off there, you bug. Now, we know there's no fixing that. We know what that is. When you see that electromagnetic distortion, you don't have to think about it. Get through your thick heads. And this stooge, Swerdlow, this sad sack Satanist that sold out. And he's using some type of technology. Little Stewie, I keep saying it, I don't know why you're still hanging around duping people with witchy poo, charging them $300 to tell these assholes that don't know better 72 names of God. Well, what do you think, folks? What happens? They're all ashamed of their self. That's why they cover their faces up, all of them. Just remember, when you see them picking their nose, touching their eyeballs, rubbing their face, you know what you got there, folks. You know what you got there. You think Biden cares about me, the last known MK Ultra survivor in my age group? You think he cares? Nope. He don't give a shit because this little thing inside him that controls him wants me dead and gone, folks. And that will be such a great day. Come kill me now because I will haunt all of you when things go bump in the night. That's right. You think of me, you little bitch asses. Now look, if you're a God-fearing individual, all right, and you can use your head and say, wow, ooh, an 8-year investigation. Who does an 8-year investigation on me, Paul Wilson Lindner Jr., the satanic ritual abuse survivor, only never to question me, never to make an arrest? Well, a fucking lazy, lying lizard, folks, a dumbass American Nazi reptoid that buys off all the poor people to keep their dirty, dark secret. And that is, Satan runs this world. And every slim penny, slim peso you take, it comes from him. And if you're making money off me, Paul Wilson Lindner Jr., being a little bitch-ass stalker, a snitch, a rat, a stoolie, oh, community watch. Well, the cartel's running rampant. You'll hide in your houses when they're committing a crime, but you will stalk and harass the American, so-called American, satanic ritual abuse survivor. Now, why do I have to do this? This makes me sad to do this, that no one will say, you know what? Damn, what is going on here? Should we continue this vaudeville act down in Rosarito Beach? These Camaro Clown Club stalkers who are all cursed. They're getting houses remodeled, giving cars, giving credit cards. They can't believe it. But don't let me. If the cartel, they'll burn my house if I have to stalk and harass the cartel. They'll come kill my family. But don't. But it's okay to stalk the American, huh? You see the hypocrite, how hypocritical this is? You freaks. Now this snuffleupagus, this little man, Uncle Carl's one of his lackeys. You get it through you dickheads. There's no secret space program. No super sleazy scumball super soldiers. Get this through you dickheads. These warlocks, these witches, these wizards, these necromancers, these diviners, these observer of times, your time's up. Get it through you dickheads. Now YouTube, they're so desperate that they remove, see, well, there's the notice. They removed a video of mine. 2-year-old video, because it was so damaging. I don't know why they let it slip by last time. But someone, controls my channel. And it's amazing. I went and reviewed some of my older videos with the flyovers. And yes, maybe early on in 2017, 18, I didn't do a good job of describing what was taking place. But again, it's a learning process. Again, if you think you're targeted by the military-industrial satanic complex, learn how to document your targeting. Date, day, time. So that way you can at least have some credibility. Again, ooh, big investigation. What kind of asshole investigator does an investigation but never to question anybody? Runs around pretending to investigate. What else we got here, people? What is it? What you think that this targeted individual community was what? Where are they? What, man? This is impossible. That the controllers of social media were able to successfully plant all they're not people, some of them aren't human, some of them are, they're sellouts, but to have complete control of this and sideline and censor the ones that have the truth, the ones that have the answers. But see, the bottom line is, people, here's the bottom line, okay? We say there's no time travel, all right? We say that that's impossible. We say there's aliens. We say, what do we say? We say that, this is what I say. You've got no clue. The people that control our way of life around the globe, at one time, there might have been someone that could have stood up. But guess what? That was probably before World War II, and anybody that was left was killed off probably by the 50s. Yeah, definitely 60s. I was born in 1966. And, you know, the top, the ones that call the shots, they're not presidents, folks. They're not within the government. They come out and throw money around once in a while and smile, but you'll never know who they are. You still think, you're still investigating the Trilateral Group, the Bilderberg Group. Oh, the Bohemian Club. Oh, yeah. Do you see? Yes, it's a spider web. And yes, these groups have a function within the satanic sphere of influence, which is to totally brainwash and control and coerce the remaining humans through a ancient Babylonian. It's the Babylonian satanic usury system. How's that sound? Which I think I got that backwards. See, I come up with a lot of good ones every once in a while, but the bottom line is, what does it matter? If only 20 people, real people, are probably watching me, who knows, right? If I'm of no consequence, why have these assholes been buzzing around me for the past 7 years? I want to try to do a flyover video, but here's the problem. They went at this iPad again. The pictures came back, but the problem is now the videos don't play. Let's see what happens. So, yeah, but, oh, look at this. Look at these screwball reptoids. All right, this is why you're not allowed to watch me, you no good nicks. Right there. Oh, you want your aliens, you want your UFOs. I got it all. Why is that? This is due to my MK Ultra involvement. You see this, people? I'm getting so sick of doing this. Yeah, it's a bug. Oh, it's a bird, it's a plane. Oh, it's Superman. Gonna come save the human race, right? These Hollywood hybrid hacks. Always hanging around me, having to reset their false reality. Do you see what's above that? And wake the hell up, America. It's a done deal. Get on your knees.